Cameron, to come back from 14-0, what does that say about this side?
It says we don't play real well in the first half, but we fight hard. We prepared all week to, really front load our energy and go after that first half. We knew we wanted to start well, but we just didn't get it done. We weren't that far off, but there was just a lack of connection in the first half, which was worrying me, and that's where the tries came from. So, I wasn't too stressed at half time. I knew if we could get our stuff together in the second half, we'd be able to get some points, but still disappointed with how we started.
It's happened a few times where your first half's been a bit lacklustre. How do you fix it?
We're trying every day to fix it. We spoke all pre-season about starting well. To be honest, 8 of the first 10 games, I think we started really well, and then had periods in the second half. So we've sort of shifted that around a little bit. So now we're finishing really strongly, but we're still in search of that 80-minute performance. So and a lot of teams are. So we've got 2 weeks now to our next game, and the boys have got a bit of time off now to rest and recover, and come back in and get some work done next week.
Carlos first came back in 6 weeks. Cameron, what did you make of his performance?
Yeah, it was good to have him back. Fox is a really big energy booster for our team, and his communication experience on the edge is really important. He didn't get a lot of opportunities today, and sort of probably a bit clunky down that edge with the lack of probably reps they've had over the last couple of weeks. But it's good to have Fox back.
Did you deserve to play Origin, Cam?
Yeah, Fox is an experienced player. He's been on that stage before. He knows what it takes. So I'm sure if he's given an opportunity, he'll do New South Wales proud.
It felt like with even 4 minutes ago that you're always still in it. Is that how you felt out there, that you have a real chance of getting that one late?
I felt we probably, it was coming. Just needed to take a few opportunities, and we were very, I thought, between the boys, we were very disciplined on our game plan, and they come up with a bit of a mistake there, and Ox jumped on the ball and scored the try. So it was just the whole time we knew we were in it. We just needed the opportunity, and Ox iced it for us. So it was a really special moment. We've always had a tough few weeks, and I thought the second half probably showed who we can be defensively, but it's what we do consistent. We've got to be able to do that consistently and all the time for 80 minutes. So we got the job done tonight, and obviously into a bye, so it was a really important week for us, and proud of the boys.
Reed, you caught one from Tino there in the first half. Firstly, are you okay? And secondly, what did you make of the incident?
Yeah, I'm all good. It's got a bit of a knock. It's probably looked a lot worse than what it was, but I put up all good. Big Tino's just trying to get his team forward, so it looked like his elbow hit my jaw, but I don't think there was anything in it. There was no intent of him trying to target my head, but it was probably more my fault than his fault. So I don't think there was anything wrong with it, but he should get off. It should be all right.
On report there as well yourself in the first half for what the referee seemed to think looked a bit like a hip drop tackle. Is it frustrating there's still a bit of a lack of clarity around what isn't and is a hip drop tackle? Yeah,
I don't know. I didn't think it was. Obviously we're trying to stamp it out, and it's hard. But that's what they seen at the time, and I was definitely didn't agree with him. And again, it's something they're trying to stamp out, so I understand that. But it probably need to be a bit more of a clarity. But I didn't think it was as bad as what it looked. So, but I guess we just got to review it and have a look at it.
Cam, you were smiling then when that question was being asked. What was your view of it?
That's not a hip drop tackle. I think everyone in this room agrees with that. That is not a hip drop tackle. It's a smaller guy trying to tackle a big man. He's on his back. That is not, I agree with the hip drop tackle and trying to eradicate it from the game, but that is not one. I wish we could have captains challenged it like we did a couple other decisions today.
Is the issue maybe that sometimes no one really knows what a hip drop tackle is, though?
Yeah, possibly, but I don't know. I think there's a lot of tackles that if you slowed it down in slow-mo and replayed it, you could probably go, that's a hip drop too, but that was definitely not one. That was disappointing.
Cam, Tavita Pangai Jr. leading from the front today. How valuable is he to the side?
Yeah, Tavita's our main man in the middle. He's been working really hard on his game. He's putting a lot of pressure on himself, Tavita, and he's probably at times overthought things, and we've just tried to simplify his game and get him back to doing what he does best, and I thought he showed signs of that today. He's we all know what Tavita can do. We just want him to get it done more consistently, and he's definitely doing that at training. And that's going to transfer to game day, and I'm glad everyone got to see some of that today. Really happy with how he went today.
Blake Wilson on the bench, was that late change just a bit of a safety net should anything happen to Fox if he couldn't get through?
Yeah, we just needed some outside back coverage. Jaden Ockenbaugh's been doing that for us, but Jaden's going really well in the forwards, so we sort of didn't want to have him there as a backup in case something went wrong. We wanted to really utilise him in the forwards because, as you've seen at the end, what he can do for us. So we wanted to throw Blake Wilson in there as a bit of coverage, but also knowing what he can do with opportunities as well. So we didn't plan to use him in the middle as such, but at the end of the game, we sort of thought he could give us a bit of spark there based on what he did last week. He debuted last week and played really well. And I thought he made a real difference when he got on there that last 4 minutes. He had probably 3 carries in 4 minutes, got us forward. For a winger, again, playing front row is really brave effort from him, and stoked he could get out there and make a difference.
You happy with Carl? It's a tough gig defending David Fafita.
Yeah, it's not easy coming into the NRL at 18, playing in the halves. There's a lot of pressure on him, and he's up against David Fafita. But I thought, especially defensively, Carl's done a really good job in his first 3 or 4 weeks. He's brave. He tackles really well. That shot he put on Kieran Foran shows what he can do. When he hits a training, no one hits harder. That's fair credit to him as an 18-year-old. But I think you'll see more from him in attack as the weeks go on, and he gets more reps and cohesion with the boys around him. And he's a really good kid, Carl. He works hard on his game, and we're really happy to have him here.
Jim, just leading into the first bye, how do you sort of assess the first 12 weeks now?
12 weeks. We're 5 from 12, which is, I think we're a couple, 1 or 2 wins off where I wanted to be. And we could easily have probably been 6 from 12 or 7 from 12 had we done a few things a little bit better particularly over the last few weeks, but even earlier in the season. That's considering the last probably 6 years here and slow starts to the season, that's been really good for us. It's been a really good start for us, but I think the disappointing thing for us at times is we know we can do better. And today's a perfect example of that. We play nowhere near our potential in the first half, and we come out in the second half and play closer to our potential. But every team's chasing that. But to be 5 from 12 to start the season keeps us in the hunt, and then, we'll create our own destiny at the back end of the year. It's up to us and how much work we want to put in, and how much we want to improve every week.